Back to my channel. I thought I'd film today a makeup video requested by a lot of you over on my Instagram. This is not the finished makeup look. This is me with no makeup on. I just have put on a little bit of a tanning mist before bed, which is the St.Tropez one. So that has given my skin a nice little glow and a base. I've also applied some SPF and a little bit of lip balm too, which I use for priming. A slow time in the world. And what a better time to make a video like this. My channel's quite new, so I would appreciate if you subscribed, liked, comment, all that. So let's get into what I use day to day. So apart from the tanning mist, to kind of just prep my skin a little bit, I did also use double serum beforehand. This is the Clarins one, which I find amazing. It's like a big drink for your skin. So hair back, let me just straighten up the camera a little bit. For foundation, I usually really like thin coverage. I've always used this MAC Face and Body foundation just because it's so dewy, natural and light. And then recently, I purchased the Dior Backstage Foundation, which is also amazing. To use a little palette and just kind of mix a little bit of each color to apply to my skin. They're both quite a similar foundation, and I use just quite a stiff makeup brush to avoid any big streaking or anything like that. And I just pat that in everywhere. Buy some MAC Fix Plus. I would drink this if I could. I've gone through so many bottles of this. This is a mini one. Then go in with a little bit of concealer for under the eye and just any blemishes I may have. So this is the Too Faced Born This Way one. And I only like to use a very small amount of this just underneath the eye area, a tiny bit, a little bit here at the side just to kind of like lift up. And then a little bit where the mask knee has happened. I have a spot here, so I'm gonna cover all that in. I also like to put a little bit underneath my eyebrow because I don't get my eyebrows done and I rarely touch them, so I like to add a little bit of definition by highlighting underneath them and a little bit over them. Then use the same stiff brush just to blend that out. Eyes watering, try not to poke yourself in the eye while you do this. I feel like the Fix Plus that I sprayed kind of makes this blend together really easily and create that dewy effect that we want. I like to go in quite early in the creamy foundation-y process with my cream blush, soft Real Techniques brush. A lot of the brushes I'm using in this are MAC because I worked with them in London for many months. I'm using the Milk Makeup cream blush in the shade Werk. So that's gonna go in all over my cheeks because I like to be as pink as possible and also create that kind of sun-kissed look. A little bit on the nose. I think you can probably hear the washing machine right now. I'm very sorry. Hope the audio on this is okay. I'm quite a YouTube newbie, so these are things I will think about in the future. So I'm just buffing that in all over. Well, not all over my face, but wherever I want to be blushy. This just makes your skin look super youthful. I've ordered some nude sticks online that are taking about 17 years to arrive because that are the times at the moment, but this is just brilliant too. Pinky. The Hollywood Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury. I know a lot of people put this as a base underneath their makeup. It tends to make me look super, super shiny. So I just like to add it to the highlighted parts of my face after I've applied my foundation. So I'm gonna apply a little bit here. I like a little bit on my nose, my upper lip, and again, in the bridge of that brow. And use my stiff brush just to pat that in. I'm gonna get onto brows next. MAC palette, it's in the shade Fling. Do too much with my brows, just kind of fill them in with a bit of powder in the direction that my natural brow shape goes in. So I'm just gonna brush that up along the brow. Kind of like using the angled MAC brush to in a flat direction first. And then turning it on its side to the pointier direction to bring that brow out a little bit. So you can see that's a super natural shape. I do think the powder just can't fail when you have a good brush. And then I also go in a little bit, I'm gonna need my mirror again. I also go in a little bit with this OG product, which is the Benefit Give Me Brow, and run that up through my brows. To give them a bit more structure too. And kind of flick the hairs upwards. I don't have much of a brow, but we make do. So I do have a lot of MAC eye makeup palettes from being an artist, but I kind of just tend to use either a little bit of a bronzer, this is the Benefit Hoola, or just carry around one MAC eyeshadow, which is the soft brown, and use these all over my lid to just give kind of a bit of definition to my eyelid, nothing too extreme. Oh, this mirror is shite. Let's use this one. On the topic of powder, I'm going to use the medium deep MAC mineralize powder and go in and do my bit of bronzing now to kind of just tie in that bit of eyeshadow that we used and make it all blend seamlessly. This Hourglass brush is amazing because it has a big bronzer brush at the end and then a nice little blushery one up top. Had a bit of an ordeal and smashed my Hourglass palette last week, so being the eco queen I am, save some of it and just pop it into this little container. I'm not too sure the exact shade of this, but this will be in the description. And this is one of my favorite highlights. I'm just using it with a little fan brush and going over the highlighted parts. So up here on the cheek, on the upper lip, and under the brow. Queen. Next, I'm gonna probably use my MAC Prep and Prime. This is just a loose powder. I think the Chanel translucent is really good as well, but this is just from my MAC kit. I'm only gonna pop that in the areas that I really need to, so that I don't want shine, which is on my chin and around my nose. You can use a smaller brush for this as well, but I'm just using this and then up onto my forehead. Fling palette, because I'm going to add some definition to my eye and lip. Eye, singular, eyes and lips. I'm going to just use my angled brush and go into the side of my eye with a darker shade within my eyebrow palette and just kind of put it at the very side of my eye to just lift it up a little bit. Instead of like using a big heavy winged liquid liner that I have to perfect, this is just a super easy way of lifting up my eye day to day that just takes like a second. So I do that on both sides. And you can see that's just added a little sweep. I don't tend to wear a lot of lipstick, mainly just liners and glosses. So I'm applying, this is the MAC Oak one. This is quite browny, and other favorites of mine would be Spice, Whirl, and Soar if you're looking for something a bit more pink. So I'm just gonna basically follow the natural line of my lips. So last but not least is my gloss. This is Fashion Scoop. It's a cremesheen gloss by MAC. And I just apply that a bit at the end for a shine. Slides on quite nice. And there you have it. That is my go-to everyday makeup. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm just standing up now to show you the finished product. Hope you learned something today or picked up a tip or a trick or a product that you might like. Also, thank you if you made it this far in the video. I'm very, very new to this, so I hope to be a consistent queen now in 2021, and see you in another one soon. Goodbye.